Now allow me, please, to welcome Jocelyn, the interplay between mental health and modern technology. Jocelyn, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi,
Assalamu alaikum,
Jocelyn.
everyone.
Hi, good morning.
Good
Please,
morning.
Jocelyn, can you give us a brief message about your background?
Yes, absolutely. I have
Thank
a
you so much.
background. I have a background in studying nursing, and as I progressed in my studies and working in the field, I saw a lot of um, opportunities to help people in different ways, and I'm primarily focusing on technology and also bodily awareness, so awareness of different aspects of our body's innate ability to heal itself, as we are providing it with the necessary uh, nutrients, nutrition, rest, things of this nature. So I am a wellness educator, and I am primarily focusing on mental health. So the central focus of this conference is very fascinating for me. I work with clients one-on-one, addressing more often than not chronic pain, which is uh, one of the main reasons why we are experiencing what is called depression, what we are calling depression. And this pain can manifest in all different kinds of ways. It can manifest physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so I am approaching things holistically in my practice.
Oh, Jocelyn, that's awesome. We're so happy to have you today in our conference. So we're going to start with your the subject about the conference, about the AI and how is the effect on the mental health and this revolution for what we have this right now in our life. So go ahead, right now the mic with you, and very happy to have you today.
Absolutely, yes. So when it comes to mental health, I'm seeing that we are relying very much on AI to be able to navigate certain spaces, and I feel like we are in a transitionary period. Like there are some people who are being born into this world and are only understanding these things from the framework of artificial intelligence, and then we are also having people who are not so familiar with this, and this is just something very foreign to them. So there is going to be this necessity to integrate people who are not at all well versed in artificial intelligence, or who are perhaps very resistant to this in society. And then we have a generation of children, teens, young adults who are only understanding life through this lens. This is going to cause, or this has the potential to cause much disconnection. And so when it comes to depression, you see all across the board, one of the sources of depression is coming from this disconnection, right? So if you have an emotional need that is not being met, and you have a physical need that is not being met, you are disconnecting, let's say, your emotional body from your physical body. And so now, not only is this happening within us as individuals, this is happening within our communities, this is happening within our families, our households, and this leads to a lot of misunderstanding, a lack of communication, a separation that we must create some sort of bridge between us all in order to be able to have a harmonious conversation, a harmonious understanding, a mutual understanding, right? And I see that we can zoom in even up into the cells of our body and see this, or we can zoom out and see it into nations. We can see this into from country to country. We can see this in our households. So it's very fascinating, and it's very simple, something that when we're looking at it, it could be very complex. It might seem very overwhelming, especially when we're seeing data and we're understanding all the nuances. Once you realize that this is applying in every area, across every single sphere of influence, you can see there is a common thread and there are easier ways to address these things. So what I would say is utilizing artificial intelligence as a means to understand the commonalities between these different spheres of influence, right? For example, the sphere of influence within a school, the sphere of influence within a household, the sphere of influence within a community, any kind of community, right? It could be any kind of religious community or wellness community, even gyms, things of this nature. I think the fear, yeah?
Yeah, Jocelyn, sorry, I'm cut you. I'm Dr. Yasser. It's possible, can show us the machine you mentioned about it. It's make like immune wake up before. Do you have the
yes.
picture or can share the video or anything?
Yeah, I can share. I just have to set it on my phone to share, and
Okay.
I will take care of that right now. So what he's talking about is this is a part of my practice, a central aspect of my practice.
Yeah.
I actually had to put a pause. But
okay.
yes. So what he's talking about is something that I utilize in my practice. It is centralized around understanding yourself, understanding breath mechanics, the ways that your body already has this technology within you, right? So the artificial intelligence is coming from the intelligence that we have been gifted with in this life and with what is already within us, although these tools are helpful. So what we're learning to do and what we're speaking about is harmoniously connecting with these tools, these blessings that we can use to our advantage, but then we could also use them to our detriment if we're not having these discussions. So again, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm grateful that this is the central topic of this conversation. But it looks very different, right? You might not have seen something like this. This is a portable machine. So that means if I want to fly or if I want to go somewhere easy, if I want to go to the park, it's no problem. I can wrap it up in something that will protect it, stick it in my bag, and then I will be on my way to wherever it is that I might be servicing someone. What it does is projecting from this tip right here an electromagnetic impulse. So it's like electricity. I can show you right now. You might not see it right now. Do you guys see it?
Yep.
So the wonderful thing about scalar plasma is that this is instantaneously healing. So if you are having chronic pain, if you hurt your ankle, or if you have a wound, perhaps you cut yourself, even it could be even used in therapy. This is going to help the tissues that are damaged to seal properly. It's going to prevent any pathogens from coming in. It's going to prevent infection, bacteria from entering into the wound. It's going to seal things up way more rapidly. It makes blood move faster. It enhances the communication and cellular proliferation. So it's very healing when it comes to wound care. It's very, very healing when it comes to purification, which is one of the main reasons why we find ourselves in a mental state of disability. Because when we are not eliminating properly, things get stuck in our body, and then we have waste in our body. We have bacteria in our bodies, and this is going to affect the mind. It's going to affect cognitive function, right? Very simple. What comes in and what goes out. So this is something that is going to be assisting with removing toxins and also preventing any pathogens, any kind of unwanted material in the body. I use this primarily with clients who are undergoing severe chronic pain, like nerve damage, right? Or broken bones, pulled muscle, tissue. Even if you're working out and you're exercising every day and you're feeling sore, this is going to rapidly heal the tissues that you're breaking when you are actually exercising and ripping those muscles apart with the weights, right? So it can be used in a positive sense and in a negative sense, which it makes sense because this scalar plasma, that is the nature of the actual particle. It is positive and negative. So another incredible thing about this is that it transcends space and time. So when I say transcend space and time, that means that even you all on this call, as I point this towards the screen and I blast it at the screen, you will all receive the electromagnetic impulse in your body. It's going to affect your field of energy. It's going to affect the cells. It's even going to penetrate down into the genetic level. So it is a very valuable tool that is transforming people's lives. You're able to understand the nature of physical matter and where it's actually coming from, the source of physical matter. This is what this is. And it's just shooting out raw scalar plasma energy, which is within you. It is all around you. The scalar waves and the particles that comprise these waves, this is what is comprising all of the physical matter that we're seeing, right? It's the source of it. So although it looks a little scary, it looks a little weird, sometimes, you know, everybody reacts differently to it. Some people are open and receptive to this technology, right? Just like some people are open and receptive to AI, and some people are not. They want nothing to do with it because it's aggravating them on some level, right? Everybody is going to respond and react differently. So sometimes it's just a matter of fear, or sometimes it's a matter of how it affects their physical bodies, right? But when it comes to fear, I would like to just alleviate that on any level, because when you look at the sky and you see it's raining, right? Or when you see it's lightning and you hear the thunder, the lightning and the thunder together, this is a sign of real rain. Often we have, you know, artificial rain nowadays to address other aspects that we go through in society. But when it's real rain, you will know because you will see the thunder and the lightning together. And if you ever smell the air after this rain, after a storm, you sense it, you can feel it in your body, you sense a shift, a difference. And the reason why is because the atmosphere is being supercharged by this natural energy that comprises all of matter, which is scalar, plasma. It's a plasmic universe that we live in, right? And so this environment becomes very rich in scalar plasma when the electricity, the lightning and the thunder is occurring simultaneously, right? So it's very natural. It's not some kind of weird thing. It's inside of you. It is necessary for cellular repair, genetic repair. This is a voltage that is required of us. But when we have compromised states of being within our physical body, our meridian points, our organs, they're not functioning properly. And the energy, which is this electromagnetic impulse, it's not able to flow through the body. Also, if the environment is compromised, right? If we have pollutants in the air, if there is chemicals and all these things, then of course the scalar plasma in the atmosphere is also going to be compromised, right? But again, it is required of us. And so it's very fascinating to start to integrate this into anyone's practice because it is so effective. I'm saying it is immediate pain relief, immediate response, all the way down to the genetic level. And there is no need to believe in the effects of this technology. So, and again, it is transcending space and time. It is also known as the fourth state of matter. And this is going to assist you with a multitude of things. It can purify water. It removes the toxins, the PFAs out of fruits, out of vegetables. It helps facilitate plant growth. It is enlivening the soil. It is correcting the meridian points within our bodies. So all of this is directly correlated to mental health. Again, chronic pain is one of the main reasons why we are relying on substances, why we are relying on things that will cause a pain relief, whether it's utilizing AI, overusing these things instead of understanding ourselves, right? Or whether it's, just putting something physically in your body that is not belonging there, right? So it's interesting to start to see the way all the different conditions that we might find ourselves in within the scope of mental health. There's so many different reasons why we experience this, why we are going through what is called anxiety, depression, bipolar disorders, schizophrenia, autism, Alzheimer's, all these really strong pain points that we all may have come across on some level within our experience. It's all interconnected somehow. So when we're addressing mental health, it's a very powerful topic to address. And when we're utilizing artificial intelligence, and even as I've explored artificial intelligence, I've noticed that, and also speaking with others who are interacting with artificial intelligence and examining our own individual experiences and sharing our own individual experiences of how it is, what it's like. And something that I noticed is that the way that you are interacting with this artificial intelligence is going to change the way that it's actually interacting with you, right? So you may be of a certain kind of mind and way of being, and as you express yourself naturally to the artificial intelligence, the responses, you're eliciting a different response from the artificial intelligence. So I think this is very relevant because you can have people who they've never known what it's like to, spend time outside. We'll say, like, if we're speaking about the younger generation, perhaps there's a lot of youth who are more disconnected from the earth or from their bodies or from what we might consider healthy lifestyle because it's constant screens. Or perhaps we ourselves have disconnected because we come from this place, but at the same time we're working and we're excited and we love learning new things, right? But the disconnect is still occurring. So approaching this, the drastic difference that occurs when, let's say, somebody who has never connected in that way, who has solely been in this mode of interacting, relying on artificial intelligence, even for the little things, and speaking with it, as opposed to someone like myself who grew up outside, being connected to nature. I never had a phone, right? I didn't have access to all this technology. So now when I interact with the AI, it responds differently to me. And this is relevant when we are addressing these things, and primarily when we are addressing our family, when we are addressing our loved ones, when we are addressing our close-knit communities. These close-knit communities are going to be a very powerful place for us to operate, to have these sorts of conversations, to elicit the most impactful change. And then as we do this together and we come together in the way that we are right now, that's when these things will go out, further out, in ways that will be helpful and in ways that are requiring a deeper understanding or perhaps a missing piece that we were not aware of throughout this process. So yes, I'm gonna show you guys one more time how this is. And a great example of this was I was outside and I got stung by a bee and it hurt so bad. But in my mind, I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll be okay. Like, I don't have to do anything. I can handle the pain. It's just a little bee sting. But as I waited, the pain intensified more and more and more. And I had to do something. So I had just gotten this and I thought this was a great opportunity for me to test it out. And I went to get it. I blasted myself with it. And within seconds, the pain was completely gone. The swelling went down. There was no redness. It just disappeared. The pain was not there. And this is a very minor kind of injury, but with other people, like with some clients of mine, I've had people who have had nerve damage for over 5 years in one sitting. By the next day, the first day they were using a cane, not walking, and after one session of teaching them how to breathe properly, how to hydrate the cells, how to visualize, how to direct the energy that is within you into localized places, and how to consciously use your mind and your imagination to direct this energy deep into the cellular level, into all the nerves and wherever the damage might be, learning how to listen to the body, listen to what it is instructing you to do, as to provide it with what it needs so that the healing can occur. So this is the most important part of the practice. And once we go through this process, once somebody is having this deep connection with themselves and creating this experience for themselves with my guidance, I then go in to apply the scalar. So it is exponentially healing that area, that localized place, if it is a localized place. And by the next day, I've had clients who are calling me saying, you know what, Jocelyn, I'm taking a hike right now. I haven't taken a hike in years. I don't feel the pain. The pain is significantly reduced. So when it comes to nerve damage, very effective. When it comes to even long-term pain, chronic pain, very effective and miraculous, truly. The deeper you look into it, the less miraculous it becomes. It becomes natural. Of course, I'm capable of healing. Of course, I'm capable of having a sound mind, having a sound body, because this is how the Creator designed it for us. So yes, I am so grateful for you guys listening. And if anybody has any questions, hopefully we can connect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you.
Of course.
I have,
yeah,
yes,
sorry.
go,
I have
go
some
ahead.
question.
Okay,
Sorry.
go ahead, Suha.
Okay, Jocelyn, first of all, oh my God, this is very, very important information. I can't wait to meet you after the Zoom meeting, because I have some question for the breast cancer. You know, sometimes they remove the lymphedema underarm. So the nerve is going to be takes very long time to
Grow
recover.
up.
Yes. So if I have injury in my hand, because I am like diagnosed with the breast cancer, so I remove the lymphedema. But right now, I have injury in my finger. As all my hand is swelling, and I have painful. So with this machine, is working with the lymphedema or no?
Absolutely. This is helping with everything all the way down to the genetic level. So at the very core. And being that it's penetrating down to this genetic level, you could imagine how effective it is all the way out. And it's also helping with cancer cells as well.
Wow.
You know, it's very much assisting and correcting the cancer cells and all cells, right? All of your cells are being corrected by this technology. And I have an abundance of research and just notes and things that I've learned that can clarify deeper. And we can absolutely talk about this if you ever want to speak and hop on another call.
Yes, just allow me to translate what I ask you. سألت جوسلين اللي عندهم اللي شخصوا مرض البريست كانسر اللي هو سرطان الثدي. عادة هم يعني يزيلون الغدد اللمفاوية تحت الأبط. فالغدد اللمفاوية اللي تنشال من أي إيد راح تكون يعني شبه ديسيبل، فمعرضة لأي خدش، فراح تورم الإيد وتتأذى الإيد. فخبرتنا جوسلين انه هذا الجهاز وورك، يعني يشتغل مع كل تايب اوف disease. فجوسلين, thank you so much for your answering. Right now Dr. Yasser, I think so, he has some question.
Thank you, Jocelyn. I'm very interested. I used to have experience with Jocelyn. I know somebody has like ear infection, and he keep take the antibiotic. When he used this machine, like it's felt very good, and he cut the antibiotic. He's no needed anymore. So my question, Jocelyn, did this machine has any side effect?
I would say no. The machine itself is only positive effects. Again,
Yeah,
it's what constitutes all of matter, the scalar plasma. It's safe for pregnant women.
yeah,
It's safe for children. It's safe for
yeah.
so when it comes to cancer cells, often we get chemotherapy, right? And so the issue with chemotherapy is that although it kills off the bad cells, it also kills off the good cells of the body. And so we
Yeah.
are needing these cells in order to be able to heal and repair and to rid ourselves of the cancer itself. So when we eliminate the good cells of the body, we are compromising ourselves and we are putting ourselves at a risk, right? Although in many cases it works and the body is able to heal itself, and that's a wonderful thing. It is not necessarily needed. We don't need to destroy those really good cells. We want to nurture those. We want to honor those. So that's the great thing about this is that it destroys the bad aspects, the negative aspects of what the harmful entities that are existing within us, and it also heals and amplifies the good aspects. It protects it. It creates an additional protective barrier, and it optimizes your function on all levels. Like even if we're
You
healthy,
recommend
and
use, yeah.
I
You
absolutely
recommend use it
recommend to use.
as needed, or like how often?
I would recommend using it all the time, every day. I would
Okay.
recommend being able to use it, of course, when you need it, but I'm using this on a daily basis.
It is
I'm
machine
using
available? You can give it to people, or how
it.
can people get it?
It is
Yeah,
absolutely available. I have different ways that you can acquire this machine, and so it just is also depending on the type of machine that you want, right? So this is a further conversation. I have ones that
can
are
you
less
share?
portable,
Yeah. Can
right?
you share your contact information by chat? Like people, if someone
Yes,
need it, or okay.
absolutely.
Uh,
I will share it in the chat.
thank you, Jocelyn. Anybody has a question? أي واحد عنده سؤال
دكتور
حابب
ياسر
يسأل؟
بالشات
Yes, Dr.
في
Yasser.
أسئلة في أسئلة
Okay,
بالشات أيضا.
okay, Amanda, go ahead.
Jocelyn, thank you so much for the detailed explanation of this device. I introduced myself earlier. I am the vice president, and I have few questions for you regarding this device. Since tonight we're focusing on mental illness, you did mention that this device can be used for autism, for Alzheimer's, etc. I want to ask you if we will use it for those certain diagnoses. Is it also used for PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder? And if they are, how is it used exactly? What specific instructions and how can it affect those mental illnesses? If you can focus on that. Second question, is this device FDA approved or is it still under clinical trial? And how exactly does it interact with the nervous system or immune pathway? And what's the duration, frequency of using the device? Thank you in advance.
So when it comes to I mean, in my practice, addressing things such as PTSD, I would say absolutely you can utilize it for PTSD. You can utilize it for pretty much any dis-ease that you are experiencing in the body. And the reason why is because it is healthy, it is helpful on all levels down to the genetic level. So of course, when you're receiving this impulse, you're going to be providing your body with a voltage that will optimize organ functioning. It will optimize the way that your blood is actually flowing through your brain. But with PTSD specifically, just understanding the nature of any condition, whether, because you can have PTSD, but what is the root of your trauma, right? And addressing these things. So it's really just merging these worlds. It's merging the quantum realm with the biological realm. So you take your understanding of any understanding that you might have as a practitioner, or with somebody that you're working with, or even with yourself. You take that understanding and you merge your practice with this device, which is quantum healing. And there is no end to the ways that you can utilize this, right? It's personal, I would say. Of course, there are things that you can know, that you can understand in order to utilize the device itself. But in my practice, I am very much focusing around entering into meditative states where we are learning how to breathe, learning how to self-regulate. So I always tell everybody, this is a tool, and we must understand the value of our ability to heal ourselves, or our body's ability to heal naturally, right? And so once you understand the natural process that the body is undergoing, when you provide it with what it needs, then it becomes more clear to you the ways in which you can actually use the device. So it's truly through breath mechanics that people are learning how to work with themselves throughout the day, right? Because you can have a session on something, like you can go to physical therapy, you can go into just regular therapy, behavioral therapy, all these different ways of modalities in order to heal, in order to process and live with chronic pain or live with PTSD, right? But to be able to sustain this state of being is the most challenging aspect, because once you leave that office, or once you leave these spaces where you feel supported, you're left to your own device, you're left to the world, and you must carry on in the world, you must experience your life. So that is the main thing that I am showing people, is how to center, self-regulate, and sustain their states of being with their own bodily mechanics. And so it applies across the board. It is not that, and this is for me personally, it's not that, I have a particular way of addressing, let's say, PTSD or nerve damage or keloids or whatever the case may be. It is that having a deeper understanding of the disease is helpful, because this is going to elicit more focus in a particular area, and this is intuitive. So a lot of what I do is intuitive work, and it is primarily centered around visualization, meditation, and then the tool itself is going to simply enhance, exponentially expedite your functioning, your body's ability to function on the quantum level, in the subtler ways, right? If you're experiencing anxiety, things of this nature. As for it being,
thank you, Jocelyn. We need like an hour, an hour, an hour. I think we're gonna invite you. I think we're gonna invite you for a special interview or a special like podcast and YouTube channel, because I think this important to show everyone about this machine and your experience. Thank you very much. If anyone has a question, feel free to answer the question in the chat, because I think you have ton in the question now. As people ask about the machine and ask about the nerves. Someone has a problem in neck pain or someone. So you can feel free and give him your connect number or something. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll be sure to answer the rest of your questions, and I will provide some information so we can connect directly. And yeah, we'll be in touch. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.